Chapter 87, Roosevelt. Hannah. Roosevelt Station was super crowded because most likely people were running through there as they were evacuating downtown Chicago because of us, but we don't want to say it out loud. It was so crowded that no one was noticing us. What should we do? George asked. Dr. Marcacius was looking at the station map. Red, orange, green, said Dr. Marcacius. What's your point? I asked. They are the colors of me and my brothers, answered Dr. Marcacius. What do you want to do? I asked. Let's head up to the top platform and see what the status is of the orange and green lines, answered Dr. Marcacius. We then took the escalator and Dr. Marcacius put his hood up, and then we arrived at Roosevelt Road, and then we took another escalator up to the elevated platform. Orange and green line loop stations closed, it said over the intercom. Shit, said Dr. Marcacius. What should we do? I asked. Stand your ground, Dr. Marcacius asked. What do you mean by that? George asked. I mean that you two are going to stay up here on the platform and see if patterns revert, while I stay on the subway because that is where the red line is, while orange and green are up here, answered Dr. Marcacius. What about me, because I am yellow? I asked. Your costume shop is the next stop south on the red line. Is it open? Dr. Marcacius asked. No, it is Sunday, I answered. Dr. Marcacius then began looking off the platform and began looking at the Target just down Roosevelt Road. Go to the Target and buy us weapons, said Dr. Marcacius. Toys? I asked. Yes, toys, answered Dr. Marcacius. Why? I asked. They can throw people off, Dr. Marcacius answered. Okay, I said. I will call you when the train becomes available, said Dr. Marcacius. On my way, I said. I then rode the escalator down to Roosevelt Road and began following it toward the Target. Roosevelt Road was a beautiful road that overlooked downtown Chicago from the south. It literally sets the boundary between downtown Chicago and the inner city of Chicago. As I was walking down, I have never seen as many people on the streets as I have had here. I literally had to wait a couple of times to cross the street to get to the Target. As I was approaching the Target, my phone rang and it was Dr. Marcacius. Hello? I asked into the phone. I just got confirmation that the streets north of Roosevelt are off limits, so that's why the streets are so busy, said Dr. Marcacius through the phone. Got it, I said. I then hung up. I then entered the Target and it was a madhouse in there, and everything was mostly taken off the shelves. I hope I can find this, I said to myself as I was going away from the entrance. This is a two-story Target, and toys were located on the second floor, and there was a line to the escalator so long it took me 5 minutes to find it, and then it took me 5 minutes to travel it up to the second floor. The toy section was directly in front of me when I got to the landing on the second floor, and I ran, and all they had left was a box of Nerf machine guns with styrofoam bullets. But that is the closest we were going to get to actual weapons, which is all that Dr. Marcacius wanted. It was 5 minutes to get down the escalator, and there was no way checking out was going to make me less than 20. I decided to call Dr. Marcacius. Hello, said Dr. Marcacius through the phone. I'm going to be a while, I said through the phone, but back. Where are you? I just got a ride in Target, and it is a madhouse, and it is going to take me 20 minutes to get through to the checkout. Things are not going well at Roosevelt Station. Why? It is just crowded. No different here than the Target. Well, it's getting worse here. Are Sam and George doing okay? They are. Have the train status changed at all? They are evacuating all of downtown Chicago, and it is dangerous for everyone, said Dr. Marcacius. Any opponents in sight? I asked. No. Good. I will call if something is going on. Where do you want me to meet you in Roosevelt Station? I'll meet you at the bottom of the down escalator from the lobby of the station. Fine, I said. How many families are in front of you? 7. I will be calling you again if you are not here in a half hour. Fine. Now I have enemies to worry about. Dr. Dr. Marcacius then hung up before I was able to say goodbye to him, which, considering the circumstances, is okay with me. Every lane in the Target was open. The orders had extremely long lines. I thought it was going to take me 20 minutes just to get through the lanes. It took me an hour, and Dr. Marcacius literally called me 3 times. I dropped $100 in my casino money purchasing the Nerf gun, but we had to do anything to protect ourselves. I called Dr. Marcacius as I was walking out of the Target. Hello? Dr. Marcacius asked when he picked up the phone from the other side. On my way, I said into the phone. I will meet you in the lobby. I'm currently on the elevated platform to check on Sam and George. I don't know how long this is going to take me to get over there. Hold on. I then held on to the phone and began waiting for Dr. Marcacius to respond. I can see you in the crowd out there because you're the only one dressed in a yellow cloak, said Dr. Marcacius with the phone. I still can't see you, I said into the phone. That is because I am not directly on the edge of the station. That's where the track is. Okay, I said. The line seems to be moving quickly. My guess is that you're going to be at Roosevelt Station in 5 minutes. Meet me in the entry lobby. Will do. I was still approaching the station, and then I got out my CTA cord, and then I tried to get out my CTA cord, except I was pickpocketed. Shit, I said. I then called Dr. Marcacius. What is it? Dr. Marcacius asked with the phone. I was pickpocketed. My CTA cord is missing, I said into the phone. You know what? Somebody stole your credit card. Your cord. You were still legally entering. Do it illegally to get your money's worth. Dr. Marcacius then hung up. I then used my cane to jump over the turnstile and into Roosevelt Station, and no one stopped me because of all the commotion there. There you are, said Dr. Marcacius. Dr. Marcacius then rushed over to me. I then opened the box in the lobby and loaded up the guns with the toy bullets. Can you take 2 up to Sam and George? Dr. Marcacius asked, taking one of them for me. Sure, I said. And when you were done, come down to me. Will do! I then went up to the escalator to the elevator platform. When I got up there, I couldn't find them. Sam and George! I yelled. They rushed over to me so fast that some people were knocked over on the platform. Here you are. Here are your toy guns. Use them only against people trying to stop us, I said. Said Sam. Thanks, said George. You're welcome, I said. I then rushed down the 2 escalators to the subway platform, and I found Dr. Marcacius immediately.